Hi, and welcome back to the 25-26 NHL season action. I'm Jason, I'll be your host. You're watching Pick the Sports Bets. And I'm going to go through the picks there yesterday, and then I'll give my prediction for today's pick. Now, yesterday there's only 3 games yesterday, and they were all under. The Blackhawks and the Panthers. The Panthers won 3-2 over the Hawks, and then the Pens beat the Rangers 3-0. That was the bet that we had. I think it was on the 16th, meaning before the season even started. Decided to take that bet just based off of last year's templates of both teams on their first game. I just took a shot on that because there's that 5.5. And it did climb up to a 6, but unfortunately, the Rangers didn't show up, and they just couldn't put anything in the net. So then we went on to the Avalanche and the Kings. That was a close one there. I'll talk about those games in a bit, but I couldn't watch any of the games because I was at work. I can only just check in from time to time. So right now we're at a great profit. So it's good to have a nice little profit on day one. We're at plus $28.09. We made 3 bets. We have 1 win and 1 loss. Now the reason why there's 3 there because there was another bet, but it was a no sweat bet. That means like you bet and you just get your money back, eh? So that doesn't really count or anything. So the wins and the losses, like, they're going to be off every now and then, maybe I don't know, maybe 20, 25, 20 to 30, probably like throughout the entire year because of the MGM. They do no sweat bets, and then you get a free bet, right? So then if you win, it goes into the win column. If you lose, it just stays out, right? Because you didn't lose anything. Then you just use it for the next day, and then that's the bet that's going to count. Okay, so we already used that bet today, and we're betting small right now, just based on the fact that it's early in the season, not enough stats out there. Gotta wait till at least a couple of weeks, then I'll bring my bets up to my full unit, and then from there I'll be bumping it up 2-3 units depending on the games and if there's any kind of edges that I see. So let's go right into yesterday's picks. So those are the picks that I did. That's the Penguins. I did that in September 16th. I made that. I was like before the preseason even started. I just looked at it and the odds are already up. So I looked at 5.5, then I looked at my old last year's template, checked the first games, and then they both went over. So I figured, it was gonna go over, but I think it depends. I had like a lot of injuries, but they still won. Like they still won 3-0. I thought they were gonna, it was already too late, right? I already made the bet. I could have pulled my bet back, but I decided, just let it ride and just see what happens. Maybe the Rangers could come back and do something there and push that thing over to 5.5, but they did not do that at all. It was 1.8 on the odds. We undershot that one. The odds did raise up a bit. So that was like just early betting, I was just checking it out, and the whole thing was going to be just based off of the preseason, anyways, and there was a lot of unders in the preseason. So yesterday's were all unders. So imagine if you knew all, just throw them all under, right? You would have made some money. Now the Florida Panthers. I figured I thought I'd be able to do a YouTube short off of my desktop, but I couldn't. So I have to my phone broke, so I gotta get another one. So once I get my phone, then I'll be able to use the shorts. But until then, I'm just gonna if I see something I like, if I have time, if I'm not working, then I'll just throw it up on the thing on the desktop, and then it'll just be it's not going to go to a YouTube short. It's going to go into a video form, and then I'll just have the my pick in there, right in the description. Then you can just go from there. But there was a lot of SOGs, man, a lot of shots on goals, man. But Knight was just too good between the pipes, man. That guy was just, oh my God, it was 3-2. He probably blinked 3 times. That's probably why they scored. I thought they were gonna. I think there was like a little over a minute left. I think that's when they pulled the goalie, and then I was like, I was at work there, and then I was thinking like, come on, man, let's go. I want to see a 4-2. I want to see a 4-2. And then I come back because there's only like something like 4 minutes left, 4 or 5 minutes left, or something like that. Then when I came back, I looked at it, 3-2. I was like, oh my God, come on, man. Couldn't you score an open net? I was like, okay, well, whatever. It was a free bet. That was a no sweat bet. You can see that there, no sweat bet right over here, no sweat bet. So all that means is you're just gonna get your money back, eh? You can just treat it. You can treat that just like a push if you don't win. So that's why I have three picks and a 1 and a 1. So I didn't have time to do the Avalanche versus the Kings. I chose the under. I had just enough time to do the projection, and then because after the goalies and stuff, I did my projection there, and because I was at work, right, so I had to do my other stuff there too, and I managed to do it, but I just couldn't put up the video in time. So, but we got a great deal on that, 1.98. I was like, that was a close one, man. It was 0-0 in the first, and then 3 goals in the second, and then I was like, oh my God! And finally, the Kings scored 5-on-3. That's the only time they can score when there's only 3 other players. It's like 2 penalties. Like, oh my God! So I was sweating there, man. I was like, oh my God, it's like 3-1 now, and then Avalanche, I think the Avalanche scored after that. It was 4-1, and then there was, I think there was something like about 2 minutes or something like that of the open net or something, the last full 2 minutes, and just, oh my God, I was like, come on, man. I was already updating my template to make it 5-1 for the push, and then came back there. It's like just seconds left. I'm just watching it there. And then I was like, yes, boom. That game right there, I put 2 units. I was only going to put half a unit on there. I decided just to put 2 units because I just the projection that I did on it, it was going to be an under. So I was like, well, the first 2 went under, so maybe this one's going to go under too. So I was thinking there too as well. And then so I said, you know what, I'm just going to lay down. I'm not going to lay down half a unit. So I just to go full, just pull the trigger, did 2 units, came out a winner, and gave me a 28.09 profit from yesterday. So it's really good to finish in the green. I was happy about that. But well, all that aside, there's a 4-game slate today. The Canadiens, Maple Leafs. I couldn't find any value in there. There were some projections that I thought maybe it might go over. It might go over to 5.5. That's what I'm thinking it's going to go over. But it just, the value, the CLV just wasn't there, right? So then I went on to the Bruins and the Capitals. I think the Capitals are going to beat the Bruins, but still I just couldn't see anything there. You're just on the fence, you know. It's like you're not quite sure. You're gonna pull the. I think it is gonna go under, but also, no, wasn't there. CLB wasn't there, so I was like, so I faded that, and then I went on to the Flames and Oilers. I don't even know. I didn't know what was going to happen there. Still too early. So then I went on to the Kings and the Knights. Now the Kings and the Knights. This is the one that I was looking at yesterday when I was at work. Uh, they're coming up a loss, 4-1 loss from yesterday, and the Kings they're traveling. The Kings are traveling to Sin City. So they played a late game last night. They probably gone to Vegas, probably sometimes, I don't know what time. Probably like around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning maybe, I don't know. So they're going to get some sleep. I don't know if they're going to have a afternoon practice or not. But they're playing one of the last games. So I got it at 2.18. The money line just wasn't there. It was just too high. Because obviously it's too high. I think it was like at like minus 200, and I was gonna try to parlay the Knights with the Leafs, because I think the Leafs are gonna beat the Canadians, but it wasn't quite there. It's like, you know what, I'm not gonna, it's not worth it. I think the Knights are gonna, like, the Knights are well rested. The Kings didn't do well too last night. But in the preseason, the Kings beat the Knights, right? They beat them 3-1, and it was an under. And I don't know if it's gonna stay under. I think if the Kings can find the back of the net there, I think it might go over. Maybe just like by a goal, maybe. But I think the Knights just might have to do most of the work themselves. So I decided to just to fade that. But the Kings did beat the Knights on a 1-day rest during the preseason, but they beat them like 3-1. I'm hoping that the expected goalies is Forsberg and Mr. Hill. I'm hoping Mr. Hill, pulls through, keeps it nice and low, and then they take advantage of the Knights' back-to-back game from yesterday, and then they just hammer them, man. I hope it's something like 4-1 or something like that, because it might go under, because both teams preseason there were a lot of unders with the Kings when they're away, and the same thing with the Knights. There was a lot of unders as well at home. So I was just still wasn't there. The CLV wasn't there, so I just skipped it, and then I just went with the minus 1.5 for the Knights. So it's a $10 bet. That's half my unit, and that's the no sweat bet that I got. That's the bonus bet. So I got the push, the money back. So that's my prediction tonight. I only got one pick. The Knights to win by 2. Hopefully they take advantage of the back-to-back, and then we'll see what happens. And let's hope Mr. Hill brings us home, and they hammer him. I hope they hammer him, man. That'd be so cool. Pick these sports bets. I should have bet more. That's what I'll be saying there tonight. If they do win, I should have bet more. Like, jeez, like, oh well. All right, so please subscribe to my channel. Hopefully when I get like a rest day, I'll be able to put more of a projection thing on there, and put more stuff on there that I wanted to do. I just didn't have time to do it. Just all prep for the last making templates and all that stuff. It just took so much time coming off vacation and all that stuff, but I've been looking forward to this season, man. Like, this is it. Like, we're gonna do it, man. We're gonna win that $2,500. I don't know when we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it. I don't know when. I hope we do it. At least sometimes in January, when my bet starts to increase. So that's it for now, and look forward to updating tomorrow. And there's a big game slate there tomorrow. There's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 games on Thursday, and there's also a couple of back-to-back games as well. So we're definitely gonna be looking at those. Uh, we got the Bruins. They're playing back-to-back on Thursday, and then we have what else we got here? Who else is playing back-to-back? The Canadians are playing back-to-back. The Leafs are playing back-to-back. Let's see here. Nope, Leafs not playing back-to-back. The Knights are. They're not playing back. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're playing against the. Oh man, the Knights and the Sharks. I bet you any money that game is probably going to be a 6.5. I'll bet you 6.5. That one's going to be. And the Stars and the Jets. That's going to be a pretty good game there. We'll have to see that what the projections say on those games. The Flames and the Oilers. See, we got the Flames and the Oilers. Yep, Flames against the Canucks. I think the Canucks are probably going to beat the Flames on that one. So we're going to have to take a look at the preseason on those. I'm pretty sure the Flames, they lost. I got to look, but there's going to be a lot of good games there on Thursday, just from the back-to-back for tomorrow's games, and from tonight's games. I mean, so it's going to be a lot of hockey action there on Thursday. Then there's going to be a break on Friday, and hopefully on Friday I'll be able to sort stuff out. But other than that, looking forward to tonight's game, and hopefully, I should have bet more on that thing. But until tomorrow, guys, have a great day, and stay within your limits, and don't chase your losses, and have fun.